Another Cooligans episode. Oh, man, the last one for a while.
The last one for I mean, it sounded like very, very somber. Like
well, it's gonna be like what, 2 weeks without us?
Yeah, it's this is the last episode before the holiday break. We're gonna be back in 2024.
Right. We're coming back next year. We're gonna do those dad jokes. All right, I'll see you next year.
Okay, but we're here right now. We have not left yet. Okay,
we're on your eyes. Okay. We're in your ears.
All right, Alexis.
We're behind you.
Alexis is his go-to phrase. This is how we intro the show.
That's how I proposed to my wife.
Okay.
Most people don't know that.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Cooligans.
It's the Cooligans, buddy.
My name is Christian Polanco.
I'm Alexis Guerreros.
We are here, excited to be here because holidays are coming through. But soccer doesn't stop.
The holidays are coming through any minute now. The holidays are gonna walk through these doors.
Okay,
they're coming through. They told us they're 5 minutes late. They're in traffic.
Chris Kringle, he'll walk through this door in just a moment.
Why does Santa have so many names? Did you ever figure this out?
Because it's not real.
Whoa, hey, slow down.
Whoa.
I'll bleep that out. Sorry.
Whoa. The kids who listen to this would have preferred you say he has warrants.
Okay.
So he's not real.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they were.
Okay. He just went out for cigarettes. That's all.
Damn. Let my man breathe a little bit. He needs some fresh air.
No, I think it's because of different religions have their own version of the story. You know what I mean? So everybody kind of...
No, I don't think so. It's not even a religious thing.
No, I'm saying it's when you talk about Santa, but like the Kris Kringle, Father Christmas, all the other names all come from just like different backgrounds, different cultures.
It's from a poem, this whole thing.
Yes.
Christianity doesn't have... Santa's not a Christian thing.
I didn't say it was. I'm just saying, but in religions, like the different books have similar stories. Like even the story of Christ or whatever, every sort of religion has like a similar
but Santa's
sort of story.
not in the Bible.
Yes,
Santa's not from a religious
What?
book.
He wasn't one of the three kings?
Yeah.
I
remember
got
the
some
story.
presents, Jesus. They're like, get out of here. We don't.
I
need
remember
that.
when Santa turned water into Four Loko in the Bible.
That was pretty impressive.
Everyone remembers that, dude. What a wild boy.
Yeah, Santa turns up, dog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he had the beard, bro, he's a good-looking dude,
My
bro.
man, he was doing keg stands.
Yo, when he met Miss Santa, what's her name? Miss Claus? Miss Claus, bro. She got that name at the strip club she used to work
I'm just
at.
saying,
That's where we met her.
Only Santa can turn a ho 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 into a house party.
Yeah,
Let's go,
hey.
everybody. Let's go. It's the holidays.
Get out of here. We're done. The episode's over.
Yeah. And you'll want to know where he found the elves, dog.
But like I said, soccer does not stop, and there is no shortage of drama. These last. This is what they do.
Yeah, man.
You know, MLS did they try to. They had a little vote on a Friday evening.
I think MLS was thinking like, bro, we should have waited a couple days to say this, bro. I feel like y'all might not have been paying attention.
Okay.
If we waited for the Super League, the axis of evil to come out and chit-chat.
Because, the Super League was like, yo, we out here.
Yeah. Everyone hates MLS? Hold my beer, dog.
Because we got more Super League news. And that's we're going to start there because...
Did you know Super League was not dead?
I thought it was
dead,
they
bro.
came back. I was like, I haven't heard that name in a long time. He's
Bro,
like
it's
Obi-Wan
like
Kenobi.
It's like the end of a horror film. Came right back up.
So, yes, the Super League...
Super League died 10 years ago.
Super League is back in the news because there was a ruling.
The European Court?
Yes,
of something or whatever.
Basically, rule you can't do this.
It's anti-competitive against the European Union rules.
Yes,
to not allow it or to block it from progressing.
Correct.
It's against competitive rules. So immediately there's like a new logo, a format. It was just waiting in the wings for this to get drizzled.
Right. So I mean, look, we're looking at it. It's the same thing. Yeah, we're looking at it right now. I mean,
Fabrizio Romano's
Fabrizio
Twitter.
is. I mean, he is covering this. He's kind of doing almost like PR for every single club because he's tweeting about like, yo, this club they said they rejected it. This club is like they're kind of for it.
This Fabrizio Romano's basically like my wife's group chat. Like, yo, Stacy says she's not coming to dinner. Oh, but Brenda says she's about it, yo. It's like, this is it.
So there's a bunch of tweets from Fabrizio, but this is the one we're looking at right now is just about the European Super League format. So they put out a new format, a potential format, and it just says 64 teams, 3 divisions: Star, Gold, and Blue. Which it already sounds like
a Delta, like Sky Miles, bro.
I'm just saying this sounds like.
Yeah. Oh, you heard Juventus? They just made diamonds. Congrats.
It's feeling like another, trying to pay for Twitter. You know what I mean? Like the
It's
Star
a lot,
Gold.
bro.
It's a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. Did Elon come up with the Super League, dog?
Star Plus and whatever. I don't know.
Damn.
So 3 divisions and Star, Gold, and
64
Blue.
teams. It's a lot of teams.
A lot of teams. Okay, so it's March Madness basically.
Yeah.
But with promotion and relegation. So this was the thing, a big point.
But it's Fabrizio
of contention.
Romano. He even tweets in an Italian accent. It says, with promotions and relegations.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
So
The
14
plurals.
games each season per team, 7 at home, 7 away. It will be an open competition.
We promise.
We promise, okay?
2 phases, league and playoffs.
Yes. Okay.
We did it.
Even the European.
America.
Even the Europeans are suggesting it, okay?
Oh.
Don't fight it anymore.
You guys just got to come to the dark side, bro. Playoffs.
They saw Adam Silver stole the cup tournament style for the NBA.
Yes.
And they're like, we're stealing yours. We're stealing the playoffs.
And guess what? LeBron is playing in the European Super League.
Okay, he qualifies.
Yeah, he wants to play with his son. Him-Ming's son.
So this was the proposed format. Obviously, every single.
Look, this is new, right? That it's not an invite-only league, right? It is a promotion and relegation. You could earn the ability to be in there. But the whole world seems to be like, we still don't like y'all. I don't care what makeover. I don't care if you worked out in the summer. I don't care if you drive a cool car and you wear a leather jacket now. We still don't like you.
Exactly.
Fam.
And if you scroll through Fabrizio's Twitter account or X account, whatever, and you just see every club logo saying they reject it. Now they're not supporting it. But then obviously one of the early tweets is Florentino Perez of Real Madrid.
He was ready to go.
Real Madrid and Barcelona.
He had this in the draft, dog. He was like, "Yo, when they ruling? 12 o'clock? All right, 12:01. I'm gonna hit send."
Yo, because the statement is wild long. I mean,
This is bars. By the way,
this should have been a Substack, not a tweet.
Yeah.
There's so many words. I'm
Bro.
like, it's like, bro, I ain't reading all this. You
he
know,
could have put 3 of these paragraphs behind a paywall and caked up a little money for Real Madrid.
So, because we know
The last sentence is crazy, with the last 2 sentences. This day will mark a before and after. It is a great day for the history of football and for the history of sport. He tried to do the one small step for Real Madrid, one giant leap for football.
Yeah, it's something, there's something particularly with Barcelona and Real Madrid that it's a little bit like,
Yeah, like, bro, we need
we
this
need this money right now, bro.
Yeah.
You can't. Why are you messing up our
Fam, they
back?
said we allowed. Just let us do it, bro.
Okay.
Can you pull up Karl-Heinz Rummenige's quote? Because
Yes, that I have.
wait till you see this. Speaking of, hey, my man clapped back. The former CEO of Bayern Munich. Scroll down to like the second paragraph because he comes in. This is like very non-German. Keep going. I'll tell you.
Okay.
This is very non-German right here. All right, Rummenigge was adamant that the concept had no future. He said, it's not going to go anywhere. English, German, and French teams will never take part. Then Real Madrid and Barcelona can play the tournament by themselves. Bro, bars. We should have dropped the beat we had for Columbus Crew.
Yeah.
He said, Serie A would become Serie B.
Wow.
The Bundesliga, the second division. And do you know why all this? To damage the Premier League, which earns more money simply because it is better. Especially the Spanish clubs, they wanted to damage the Premier League, so they invented this tournament. Yo, leave some meat on the bone, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge.
My man, you gotta put some ketchup on that meat, Karl-Heinz.
My G, it was an all-you-can-eat buffet, and you made him go out of business.
Karl-Heinz ain't holding back for nobody.
No, he showed up and he said, "Grrr." Put that in Google Translate.
Okay. And guns are illegal out here, dog.
Yo,
So
even gun sounds, bro. That's why
I
Anuel
gotta
gets
be honest, Karl-Heinz ate.
Yo, he ate. Nah.
He ate.
bro. He not only did he also cooked. Right?
My man is a chef.
He's the chef and the only customer in the restaurant.
So this is it's not shocking. I mean, it just makes it feel like this plan, which obviously didn't go well from as soon as the inception of it, but now that
it did for like 12 hours. Remember that?
Yeah. It seemed like this
12 hours. They was like, we're good, and then fans took to the streets and
right.
I don't think we're good.
I low key feel worse for Petr Cech throughout this whole thing. The man was fighting in the streets all for nothing. They were still like, you're allowed to do it. He was fighting Chelsea fans.
Right. This is this is almost something I wish like David Sampson was here to sort of kind of respond to this.
Yeah, I'm sure the fans
we know
what
he's not on Carl Heinz's side.
Yeah. He'd be like, guys, I can't do your podcast. I have a meeting to become an investor in the Super League.
He was behind Perez in the photo.
Yeah.
So it's feeling like I just kind of at this point with Barcelona and Real Madrid that are still, I mean, it just seems like delusional to keep fighting for this, but they must have.
Well, the rumor is
that
there's a rumor that they get a bonus from A22 if they stayed in it.
Okay, yeah.
So they're just like, we're all about this. This is future of the sport. Did that direct deposit hit? Yeah, no, okay. No, it's all about it. It's the future of the sport, dog.
You don't care about the sport like I do.
Yeah, you late to this. You gonna want to be a part of it. Did it hit? No? Okay, I got more to say. I got a couple more paragraphs.
So that's why it seems odd. But look, everybody seems to be, it's hard to change tradition. And for it to, I mean, I like the point he made about the Premier League and just being honest about like, the Premier League is the best right now. And it's difficult to unseat it. They have so much money. They have the best players. They have the biggest TV contract. And other leagues are threatened. But, you know, this is the nature of this this game and this and the business of it, where every league can't be the best league in the world all the time, right? Remember Zlatan, the way he used to talk about the Premier League, and it's like he completely disrespected the league. They were basically saying like these are not proper footballers.
Yeah.
Like Italy is where the game is played
There's
properly.
no tactics. English leagues are shit.
And you know the modern game and kind of adjusting to the business model, adjusting to just simply what people are interested in and what young people are interested in.
To your point, I think the basis of all of this is that the way the leagues are structured today is hopefully what can remain, but it feels unsustainable to have teams spending all of this amount of money, for fans to constantly want new owners to spend more and more millions and more billions and now billions, where now it's like, really, if you're not a state-owned club, do you even have a chance of competing?
Right.
There's multiple club ownership. There's, dodgy loans of players. And it just seems like at some point, different rules have to be created. Leagues are going to have to come together and figure out how do we move forward so that the fans can continue to hold some ownership of this game, but it becomes a bit more reasonable for these club owners so that they don't have, so some of these owners don't feel they have to go to these lengths to try to sort of compete with others.
Well, then the only way for that to happen is like, or meaning like not to want to compete with others is some sort of profit sharing, right? There's
Bundesliga does it.
There's no way. I mean, Bundesliga does it. What do you mean within
Bundesliga?
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah, I mean every league should handle their own business, their own finances, and find a way to be sustainable. But that's the thing. You saying like even with Premier League and the money being brought into the league, is it sustainable? I think it kind of is, because look at how much NBC paid for the Premier League rights. It was like $6 billion. There are people willing to pay that much to broadcast that product, and there are fans willing to pay whatever Peacock subscription fees to watch the league.
Super League would be free for the fans.
Yeah, but that's another thing. I know you mentioned that earlier. Like, I mean, it might be free. You give a little bit of the drug so they get hooked on it, and then
like, oh yeah, next year if you want to watch, it's like $300.
So I can see that, but I can't see it being free forever.
Yeah, I'm gonna get your beak wet.
Okay. We got a new product hit the streets.
Yeah.
You gotta,
Sorry, bro. There's a more high grade version of Super League.
So I think it's I think it's jealousy, envy. I mean, it didn't on the Champions League coverage with Jamie Carragher and Henri, they were kind of talking about this, about how when Barcelona and Real Madrid plucked every single the best players in the world.
Well, this was because Guillaume Balaguer was talking about how Florentino Perez believed at the time that a Premier League should give money to them.
Right.
Something, I forgot what it was, but it was something akin to that. And they were like, "What?
Yeah.
Why?"
Yeah, La Liga wasn't.
Remember when La Liga was money bags,
Okay.
and they were coming in and stealing all the players from Premier League.
La
They're
Liga
like,
was giving out turkeys.
yo,
Thanksgiving.
like a drug dealer trying to win over a neighborhood.
Okay.
So
it's like, this is, if we are competitive and the market speaks for itself, La Liga and Serie A and Bundesliga, and that's why I appreciate what Karl Heinz was saying. It's just like, they are the best right now. What can we do? We either try to compete in that same way. Bundesliga, we know the 50+1 rule. The fans don't want to change the tradition and the importance of supporters and how they influence their club. And to me, it seems like Bundesliga fans will say, we're fine not being the best league in the world so that we can do things our way.
yeah, the 50+1 rule certainly is going to stop everyone except Rebel Salzburg. I'm sorry, Rebel Leipzig or RB Leipzig from joining. But I think, imagine a world where, fine, the English, let's say the French, the German, and the
Italian.
The Italian. No, Italian teams, I think some of them will join. Juventus is one of them. But let's imagine a world where those three leagues decide, like, no, we're not part of it. And like, all right, so Real Madrid, Barcelona, Benfica, Porto, Sporting, Juventus,
the Milan clubs.
One of the Milans, pick one of them, whatever, AC Milan as an example, just hypothetically speaking. Ajax, FC Copenhagen, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's say you get a little group of these and they start winning. Al Nasser, Al Ittihad, okay?
Okay.
Let's say they start playing well. And you know what? Just for fun, throw in like a Newcastle, right? And let's say they start winning. They start bringing in big players. The money's crazy.
Yeah.
They start bringing in the big players. Could you see a world where other teams like, look, I know we said we wouldn't join, but in order to survive, we have to join.
Right.
We gotta get the credit card so we can get to the blue level. You feel me?
Right.
So you automatically qualify for blue.
Isn't it all like a play for TV rights though? Because that's what
No,
it really
it's free
seems.
over the air.
No, I mean, they're gonna make money somehow.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah.
Whether it's whether it's like if you're not
Adds
selling whether
to
it's
the
ads.
whole world, dude.
I
Coca-Cola's gonna be like, well, wait a
No.
minute. We could sponsor this event that, regional Chicago will see, or we could sponsor this and the entire world will be watching this.
I understand what you're saying, but it seems to me that like the birth of the Super League kind of came from the fact that these other leagues were upset that the Premier League had such a big TV deal in the United States.
But it's not to get a bigger TV deal. Maybe in the future it will be. Maybe they're like, look, this is so big, it costs too much to go to the whole world, so we're going to join Apple, which is also to the whole world, but now you have to pay for it. So maybe there is that. But the point is, it's to diminish the value of the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why would their TV rights won't be as valuable?
Yeah.
If all of a sudden everyone is watching something else
watching
other
that.
than
Yeah, I
them.
see what you're
So
saying.
it's to create a bigger league. It's to create something else to deter your attention. It's look over here. Okay, now we like this more. We don't mess with that over there anymore.
Okay.
That's all it is. It's not simply to say like, all right, well, if they get 6, we're going to get 9 billion.
Yeah.
It's to muddy the waters.
Yeah, I think, look, in the nature of, capitalism is always going to
Create a better hamster wheel, right? What is it called? A mousetrap?
there's going to be something. I don't know. The main issue
I don't know what the catchphrase is.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Just
Create a better mousetrap, I think is
but
what
people like Florentino Perez are essentially, they're big mad because
what are you, British? Florentino Perez?
I don't know.
big mad.
What do you say, Perez? What's it? How do you say it?
You're Latino, my guy.
I'm saying it the way it's said. Who cares, bro? What a waste of time.
I'm sorry, I don't know you was a chap.
I said Perez. That's people say when you say it in English, you say Perez. Fine.
We say Perez. If you're gonna say it in our English,
Perez.
I think this should just be the rest of the show.
We say Perez.
we have to disrespect the English in any chance we get.
We gotta say.
What do you say, Martinez? You're gonna go with that one next?
We gotta say it like a mechanic in Jersey,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Everything I say sounds like a mechanic in Jersey.
Anyway, he's just big mad because he ain't making the money that he used to make. He has to compete with other clubs in a much more competitive way for players. Their Real Madrid are not the destination spot anymore.
I mean, they are, right? Jude Bellingham went there.
But they can't just get anybody they want. I mean, you saw.
I think they see a world where the rest of the league they're in, La Liga, can't continue to uphold a high standard, and it's just going to be them. And they can't get the best players because the players aren't going to want to play in that league. I think that's part of it as well.
No,
which I say, maybe share some of the TV revenue.
Yeah, that's
Real Madrid and Barcelona. I know Barcelona is like, no, we have no money.
No, they made their bet.
We can't share anything.
That's I don't have too much sympathy. I mean, we saw in the Beckham documentary when Beckham had signed with Real Madrid. And look at the players he's playing with. I mean, the idea that Real Madrid...
That was Florentino Perez, by the way, which brings another question. Dog, when are you going to retire, my G?
He's just Dracula.
The Beckham documentary's in black and white. That's how long ago this was.
Beckham arrives to a team that has Roberto Carlos, has
Galacticos,
Zidane, Luis Figo, Ronaldo, R9,
Raul.
It's just
or Raul, as you would say.
Sure. Okay. It's just he can't run his business that way anymore. And yeah, he gets Jude Bellingham, but how many huge signings are going to Real Madrid now? They can't afford it.
Nah, they're gonna be fine.
I think they are gonna be fine, but they want more. They want more, and they wanna be able to. The last 5 years, it's been a little bit sad to see how, especially a team like Barcelona. Barcelona, when you see them in Champions League,
yeah, they struggle.
You're not like, yo, they got this. You know, it's a bummer.
Bro, broke boys, dog.
Okay, broke boys FC. So look, a lot of people.
Florentino Perez, I drink your milkshake. That's his whole thing.
Florentino Perez and a lot of other people, they need to take the time this holiday to just chill.
You know what? You gotta
reconnect.
You gotta think about the little moments where you could just pause and chill. And for everyone involved in Super League, the whole world is telling y'all to chill.
Y'all need to chill expeditiously.
Yeah. Okay. I would say, indefinitely chill. We'll tell you when it's time to stop chilling.
Okay.
Because really, what you should be doing, instead of sitting down and coming up with ways to be super evil, you should sit down and think of ways to just relax. And what easier than looking at a can that the mountain turns blue when it's ready and cold to drink.
Correct. And that's an ice cold Coors Light. So that is the move. I mean, look, people that are trying to create the Super League need to do it. People trying to leave US Open Cup need to chill.
Bro.
So make time to chill this holiday season and reach for the beer that's made to chill. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Drizzly or Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/Cooligans.
Come on, you need a gift, last minute gift, go to CoorsLight.com/Cooligans, huh? Celebrate responsibly, Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
All right, now to another organization that took an L this week.
Bad week for authority, I would say. Authority in general is taking some L's.
Major League Soccer announced just a few days ago. It's been we'll go through the whole timeline.
They said people been too positive about us ever since Messi joined.
All this good publicity.
Time to get them dislikes back up. You feel me?
YouTube, bring back that dislike button.
Yo, bro. MLS said hit the thumbs down button, fam.
Okay, we're trying to see if this algorithm is working.
We shaking things up.
So yes, Major League Soccer announced a couple days ago.
They announced that they had planned because they couldn't.
The Board of Governors last Friday. They
sounds evil.
They decided they all were all surrounded by a big orb.
Yeah,
they all surrounded
put their hands on the orb.
There's a massive owl statue in the background. Yeah,
they were brainstorming ideas, and what they do, instead of putting it on a whiteboard, they were saying it to a group of small children. And when the small children cried, they knew it was the right idea to go with.
Anyway. So that's a good barometer. the collect children's tears barometer tells
and
you.
they all powered up when they saw the tears.
Yes, give me the tears.
Like Popeye after eating spinach. Anyway,
now back to the orphanage.
so they announced that they MLS teams will not be
They plan to have MLS Pro teams play in U.S. Open Cup, not the senior teams.
Not the senior team. So that was the initial statement by Major League Soccer. They were just saying like, yo, the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup.
Sorry,
like,
Lamar.
Sorry, Lamar. We don't respect you like that anymore.
We're
Dog.
Lamar Jackson, not Lamar Hunt.
Yeah.
Okay. We interviewed Lamar's son, Dan Hunt, the owner of FC Dallas, a couple years ago, and I'm heartbreak. What, are you gonna disrespect my father like this?
Bro, he was like, what are you talking about?
Okay. We helped build this league.
Bro, you find me another white Lamar, and then you tell them you don't want to be a part of this.
I was the last one. There has not been another since.
My father was the last one. He died as the only white Lamar so that he can build this U.S. Open Cup.
Okay. I mean, Lamar Jackson is named after
Lamar, right? That's how beloved he was.
Okay. You should have seen Lamar Hunt in a scramble, bro. You couldn't catch him.
Juking people, taking ACLs.
Bro, he had hips like a ballerina, dog. You never knew which way he was going.
Yo, I'll be honest. Nobody's talking about Lamar like this. Nobody's giving Lamar his flowers like we are.
Find me a podcast that's talking about Lamar, a white Lamar. I dare you.
Okay, Lamar could have played corner, dog.
Yeah,
he could have.
Yeah.
He could have.
Yo, Lamar's dad was named Tyrone. People don't know that. People don't know that.
Anyway, so that was how it started on Friday. They said we're not playing the first teams in Open Cup. Obviously, this caused a fervor. A lot of people were really, really upset.
Fervor.
Everybody was wondering, yo, what's gonna happen? We saw
U.S. Soccer usually is like, hey, whatever MLS wants, MLS gets.
Yes, I mean, I'll pull up this tweet. I didn't have it, but
A couple years ago, remember U.S. Soccer, SUM, Sub Marketing, Soccer United Marketing. Mm-hmm. They bound MLS and U.S. Soccer were kind of bound together. They were selling TV rights together.
Yeah.
And then they split up, probably right around to prepare for the Apple TV deal. So U.S. Soccer's like, bro, we ain't in the same building no more.
Yeah, we don't know you like that,
bro. I'm an adult now, okay, and I make my own rules. I can go to sleep whenever I want.
So this was just a lot of people. So a lot of people were very, very upset, and one of the more pointed kind of arguments that I heard as far as penalizing Major League Soccer was from Sebastian Salazar, the homie at ESPN FC.
Bro, no one talks about white Lamars, and no one gives Sebi any credit for the things he said.
Because Sebi went off. I'm gonna play a couple seconds of this. And he kind of
for years and years, Herc, the U.S. Soccer Federation did Major League Soccer's bidding, often at the expense of everybody else in American soccer. And the proof of that is the dozens of leagues, men and women, the hundreds of clubs, men and women, including Rio Grande Valley, who today is out of business.
So the larger point here is that he's essentially implying that because of the system or the main focus of Major League Soccer succeeding has hurt the rest of the football, sort of the soccer pyramid, which is, it's fine.
You could argue that.
We could argue that.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree, but I also don't know that I fully agree.
But this decision to
yes, they've been deferring to MLS is wants.
Right. So, but the decision to not play in U.S. Open Cup is essentially
almost like a final nail in the coffin for everyone else.
We're not trying to do what you do. We don't have the same vision.
We don't even want to be involved in what y'all doing.
Right. And look, the last 2 years, even Don Garber's been pretty vocal and kind of just throwing little jabs at U.S. Open Cup. And now with the existence of Leagues Cup, which seems to be a bigger priority and probably brings in more money than Open Cup, but there's something to the I don't know, romanticism where we want our U.S. Open Cup to feel like the FA Cup and to have. Well,
those
stories.
Until COVID, it was running longer than the FA Cup concurrently.
Okay,
so it was like the longest running, domestic competition, blah blah blah, whatever. So I heard a very interesting conspiracy theory. You know how I love my non-wacky conspiracy theories.
Never wacky. Very serious.
Messi's father didn't want Messi to play in this.
Messi's dad?
No way.
What, Jorge?
No
what's his name?
way.
I don't know.
What?
Senor Messi.
Senor. That
This was the theory I heard. Now, hear me out. He's like,
Jorge.
the pitches, they're not high quality. There's already a lot of games. You can't say Inter Miami is going to be a part of it, but not Messi. People are going to buy tickets. People are going to go crazy.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, oh, they're keeping the superstar away. So how do you get out of this? All right, say none of the senior teams are playing.
Okay, this is very
This
alleged.
was-
We're alleged.
No, this is a full-on conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
There's no way to prove this on or off, but that's what I heard. And I'm like, you know what? It doesn't sound completely implausible.
Well, you would imagine Messi has a lot of influence over the league and some of the decisions made.
But I'm sure that's also like a massive draw for some of these smaller U.S. Open Cup teams. If you get into a semifinal, if you can get into the round of 16, there's a chance you might play Messi.
Yeah. No, I
It's
mean,
huge.
This season in particular, that's why. I mean, that's why it's probably frustrating to a lot of clubs.
You know how you could have solved this? Fake an injury for Messi. First match, they're out of the U.S. Open Cup.
Well, they could have done that right, instead of doing this.
Blow the whole thing up.
The winner of the U.S. Open Cup, and if an MLS team wins U.S. Open Cup, they play 5 games.
Yeah.
Not a lot of games. I mean, but
Also, the whole idea of the match congestion. There's too many matches.
Yeah, but-
bro, you started with this whole League's Cup thing. That's kind of your fault.
What?
Well, no, my big thing I was also going to say, the argument that the pitches or the resources or whatever are not good enough at these small American teams. Have you seen, like, no offense to some of these other clubs that are playing in League's Cup, they do not have the best pitches either. They do not have the best, fields. Like, I would argue that there are probably some lower division American teams that probably have better resources than some of like the mid-level Liga MX.
Yeah,
teams.
I mean, look, the argument about the stadiums, I don't really
I don't
care
buy
that
it.
much
Yeah,
about.
I
Like,
don't buy
I know
it.
that like Don Garber has sort of mentioned that, and I think about it to the degree of like, as long as the players are playing on a surface that
As long
is
as it doesn't
safe.
injure them, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, you could argue turf is probably more dangerous than like a grass that doesn't
yeah.
get
I mean,
watered that much.
I mean, it's coming out later, but I did an interview with a player, and I did ask him directly about this, and the sense I get from the player that I spoke to is that the U.S. Open Cup is not. It's not the biggest deal. The players, I think, and I'm gonna assume that if he feels this way, I'm sure there are plenty of other players that do.
Some other players share the sentiment.
Yeah, that it's essentially like, yo, I'll play where am I gonna get paid? I'll play wherever you need me to
Well,
play.
what does the winner of U.S. Open Cup get? $300,000 for the team?
I believe so. Yeah, it's not a tremendous.
That just about pays for the private jet back.
So I think it's I think we have to all come to some sort of agreement of like, what does the U.S. Open Cup mean to us? What do we want it to?
What do we want it to look like?
What do we want it to accomplish?
Right.
We know what, if it's simply being like with FA Cup, and we see lower league teams beating, the cup sets, and we want those stories, then cool. Then let's do what we can do to create that scenario as much as possible, right? The first round, the MLS team has to play at the home of the lower division team. Like, that's an option. Just so we can kind of have these moments and have these stories. But there has to be something, some sort of benefit for the clubs, especially the lower league clubs, to want to win, want to really invest in it. And really the only thing, like, for FA Cup is like promotion is like, oh, you win an FA Cup or you get really far in a tournament, you make a lot of money to help reinvest into your club so that you can hopefully get promoted. And because we don't have that, the meaning of the Open Cup has to look a little bit different. And we just all have to simply decide, because the U.S. Open Cup games are not super strongly supported. They're not always well attended. Some are, some are not.
Right.
I've gone to plenty of Open Cup games, and yeah, it's harder to sell tickets to those games because I think fans don't know the history of the tournament. They don't know, it doesn't have the same importance as an MLS.
But also in
season
American sports, it's like the in-season tournament. While it was fun and players were like, whoa, I get $100,000 for this? Like, yeah, all right, I'll play in this tournament.
Yeah.
And it seemed like fun, and you wanted, Knicks would have won this. It would have been a huge moment in New York sports, right? At least in basketball. So, yeah, there's excitement because it's random, but very rarely do American sports cater to a secondary competition outside of the main playoff. Yeah. You win the playoffs, you win this thing. So it's weird. Even like Supporter Shield, I think if you had to sell tickets for Supporter Shield game, which obviously doesn't make sense because it's just the league standings, but even just the idea of Supporter Shield doesn't hold the same weight with fans that aren't diehard soccer fans. They're like, oh, what's this other thing? But we haven't even gotten in the playoffs yet. Why do you care about this? Right. It's like saying the pennant in baseball. That used to be the big thing, the big deal. But was it the Giants win the pennant? The Giants win the pennant. Bro, like, I don't even know what the hell the pennant was. I was like, what, did they just won one of those triangle things?
Yeah. But the pennant used to be whoever won the pennant represented that league in the World Series. So you won the pennant, and then you're playing in the World Series.
Yeah.
So adding playoffs diluted the value of a pennant. So nobody's if any announcer's like, Yankees won the pennant, like, bro, who cares, bro?
You just premature ejaculated, dog.
Dude, I am not interested.
Yeah, could you stop screaming?
Parade. I got 3 of those in my bedroom, dog. I don't care.
Ew, dog.
So
I'm on Etsy right now. I could buy us a pennant.
So it's not me simply saying like in agreement with MLS's decision to not play the first team players.
No, respect should be put on the competition. Obviously.
Right. And it's a good and fun competition, especially as it gets later into the tournament.
I got an idea. Whoever wins gets a pile of autographed Messi kits, boots, shorts.
Well, this is what I'll say. I think U.S. Open Cup should go the route of be like TST, $1 million, like $2 million winner, and it's just like get crazy with the amount of money.
They should say $300,000 per player.
Yo, for real. That is how that is the easiest way. This is how you watch reality shows. Survivor, Squid Games.
They got the clear piggy,
bro, with the money in it.
Every time a team wins, money drops in it.
That's what make it like crazy like that. So then the audience is like, yo. I was just watching.
Do this on Twitch, dog.
TST, or
on YouTube,
the $1 million goal, right? Like that last moment. Even that initial thing of TST when they're in that last game, everybody is like, I don't know who these guys are. I don't know who the players are. It's a bunch of futsal dudes.
Right. But I am invested.
I'm like, yo, if this goal goes in, this team's getting $1 million.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna watch this to see what that moment looks like because I've never seen anything like that.
Right.
That's what Open Cup should be. I mean, find a way to really connect emotionally.
Americanize it a bit more.
Americans love money because we don't have it.
No, we got no healthcare. How about this? Winners get healthcare. Do you have any idea how insane?
Healthcare is crazy,
you just got doctors waiting on the wings, bro. We gonna check on you, fam.
Okay, all winners immediately become socialists.
Yes.
Do it.
How about this? Win for life, dog. Every winner gets $5,000 a week for life.
Bro, did they have that outside of New York, Win for Life?
I don't know.
I think so, yeah.
I think Win for Life is regional.
A scratch off. It is the Mega Millions, bro.
Yo.
Get Open Cup.
There's a bucket of a Powerball
How does TST get the new next year's TST $1 million for the men's tournament and $1 million for the women's?
Bro.
How do they get all that money at Open Cup?
Hey, U.S. Soccer?
You've been around for a century, dog.
Damn, yo, you can't come up, shake the couch cushions, dog.
Okay, that's our argument, bro. Like, make this a spectacle. Make it genuinely different than Major League Soccer.
What was the things in the game shows where they had the phone booth, the clear phone booth looking thing with the money flying around? You got to grab it? Bro, do that. Winner gets to do that for 10 minutes.
Bro,
let's have some fun. Let us be in charge of U.S. Open Cup.
Dude, bro. I mean, it's similar to remember the owner of Las Vegas Lights when he had the helicopter drop money for the fans?
Bro.
Why can't U.S. Open Cup get a helicopter and drop money on fans?
Bro, I'm saying.
Are you above dropping money on fans from a helicopter?
Bro, come on.
Okay. What
you got to lose?
So I look, as of right now.
I was going to say the most interesting part of this is not only that it happened, but then U.S. Soccer came over the top and was like, nope, you're not doing it.
That's the important part, right? Is that U.S. Soccer's like, nah. And we're all like,
nah, fam.
Oh my God.
Mom and dad are fighting again.
No, you know what it was? I'm sorry, Mike. But you just if you know what I'm talking about. When you heard like your white friend when you were young. No, I'm not doing that, Mom. And we're all like, oh my God.
Yeah.
He's about to get hit. Yeah. He's about to get hit. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to watch this kid get beat. You know what I mean? It's like that. U.S. Soccer's like, I said no, Mom, at the store. And we're all like, yo, R.I.P.
So this is the official statement from U.S. Soccer. It says Major League Soccer has requested to allow MLS Next Pro teams to represent MLS in 2024 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup. After thoughtful consideration, we have informed MLS that the U.S. Soccer staff recommendation, which was adopted by the Pro League Task Force, is that the request be denied. As we move forward, we will continue our review of the Open Cup to ensure it aligns. We remain committed to addressing the needs and concerns of all of our members, including MLS and other stakeholders, to enhance and improve U.S. Open Cup.
I will translate that. They said, nah, fam.
Nah, fam, ain't happening.
Nah,
Not on our watch.
You ain't doing all that.
the latest stamps on the not on my watch. Okay.
Damn.
So,
you thought
you thought you were doing something.
Nah, you ain't doing nothing.
But you're doing nothing.
Nah,
okay?
go back to your room.
Okay, real cute.
Yeah.
I love that you tried it.
As long as you in my house, you play by my rules.
I hope we learned something today. So this is look. I appreciate. I did not expect this stance, especially this quickly.
U.S. Soccer said that with their chest. Though.
Yeah, because look, I think it's Major League Soccer. We know what they're trying to do. They're trying to address the fixture congestion, and there's 5 weeks in the calendar. They would be like, we could give our players a little bit of a break. And it's
if you just expand the roster rules, then
exactly.
you can do that.
You have a larger. That's the one thing. Have a larger roster, and
right.
more.
Which I think U.S. Soccer has to sanction that. I think there are some rules, but
I thought it was just MLS to decide that.
No, I think U.S. Soccer has a part to play in that. I'm not 100% sure, but look,
okay.
Expand the rosters, allow the loaning of the players back and forth from MLS Next Pro more than just 4 times. I think they're only allowed to do that 4 times a year. So expand that and get the money up.
The money up is a big issue.
That's the big part of it, bro.
Because then it'll make things a little easier on the players. The players.
Right? Don't come in here with your dusty awards.
We saw the comments from a bunch of players, like Andre. I remember Andre Blake saying like we played too many games. The Philadelphia Union played something like 50 something matches.
Now, for a lot of you who aren't MLS fans, think like, that's not a lot, right? Like Manchester United and Arsenal and Real Madrid, they play a lot of games. They have such massive rosters because of their academies that they can allow the kids to play.
Massive
we can't do that here because there's a cap.
Yes, massive is not I wouldn't say the word, but something like 30. What's the roster size for a Premier League team?
But you're allowed to bring kids up.
But you're still you're only allowed to have like I think 40 players. I don't know there is a limit. It's not. I mean, I know Chelsea's they're on the line. Yeah, they got quite a few players.
They got kids changing in the hallway. They got so many people on the roster.
I'm seeing only 25 players on the squad.
There's a couple extra supplemental.
But you're allowed to have players that aren't on your match day squad.
Yeah. I think so with MLS. I believe it's 29 or 31. It's something along those lines.
Whatever it is, it's not enough.
The 25 are like
also the drop off in quality is massive after you're like your top 5.
So it's that would be a way to alleviate the fact that these players play in so many games. Having Leagues Cup doesn't really help as well when it comes to this fixture congestion. But again, it's the teams that you're a victim of your own success. If you play well, you're a good team and win a lot of games. You're playing a lot of games. You're going to be asked to play more. So I mean, there's a give and take because there are certain teams that that didn't play 53 matches in a season and been like, I would have liked to play a couple more, and I didn't because our team is just. We just happen to be a bad team. So, so that's kind of like, there's no easy kind of answer.
Also, USL announced promotion and relegation now.
Bro.
Now's the time,
That's the move. I mean, look, there has to be, I like that this is the stance, but hopefully this is a starting point to figure out what the tournament means, what it means to fans, what it means to the league, the owners, everything. Because it could be a great tool, like I said, to create those moments and stories when the damn liquor store beats DC United or whatever. Those things like that have happened.
The magic of the cup happens here as well.
And
remember when Eric Ronaldo's Cal FC, I believe it was? They were wearing like Chicago Fire jerseys because they didn't have their own kits. There's those beautiful moments in a competition like this where hopefully, I mean, I think the last non-MLS team to win was, I think, Rochester Rhinos in 1999, but and they don't even exist anymore, or do they? I guess
It's Rochester FC. Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I think they actually closed down.
Okay, well,
But they were the Raging Rhinos back then.
that's what.
That's a real American.
That's what Seb Salazar was kind of talking about. I mean, I think the point that he was making about like so many clubs have folded and Toros, whatever. I forgot their full name. But it's I don't know if I think you're sort of trying to crowbar that issue into this issue with the Open Cup, because I don't think, MLS being in Open Cup or not, I don't think necessarily affects whether clubs fold or not. I mean, I think it's not having the promotion relegation. That's really the bigger thing.
Yeah, for sure. And that's probably never going to happen. But I also think not having the opportunity to play these bigger clubs is going to take away like a potential revenue stream away from some of these clubs that can make it to that point.
Yeah.
I think we saw with the U.S. Open Cup last year, if you made it to the certain point in the playoffs, I forget where it was, or within the bracket, might have been semifinal, there was like a huge payout.
Yeah.
So all these teams were going for it. I think Birmingham Legion was the only one who made it.
Yeah. The other thing Sebi said was about he felt that because MLS did this, that U.S. Soccer should punish them by stripping them of the D1 sanction.
I feel like that's a bargaining chip that would have been too early to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they never said we're going to do this. They said we plan on doing this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So they needed to.
That's like when
check
you say
with
to your
somebody.
girl, like, it'd be crazy? A threesome. That'd be crazy, right?
Just be a crazy thing for us
Yeah.
to do. I'm not suggesting.
Yeah, and
that.
your
I'm
girl's
saying-
like, what? You're like, I know, right? I would never, bro. That's what I'm saying. It would be crazy.
It would just be like a crazy thing to do. I don't
Crazy.
know. I don't know.
Right?
I don't even know how people do it, but like they do it somehow.
You're
It's
just
crazy.
waving at her sister behind her. No. I said crazy. I would never, dude. Why would? Did you suggest it or did I? Who said? I think you might have said it. It wasn't me.
So pretty wild. So we'll see. I imagine that there'll be some sort of negotiation or some sort of adjustment, because it seems like the owners are not a huge fan of playing in the Open Cup. But we'll see what the conclusion is. So we'll stay on top of this.
U.S. Open Cup, U.S. Open marriage. No, we just suggested it, bro.
I mean, it's crazy that people live that way.
I know, right?
I thought it was only on reality shows.
Bro,
but apparently
yeah.
they do
You know
it.
what? Let's watch a different documentary, bro. I agree with you. This is just wild, bro. It's wild. We should not do that,
wanna
right?
wrap-
Like you don't want it at all, right?
Want to wrap this episode and before we go on the holiday break and just talk about NWSL free agency, because we know
Bro, why are we saying NWSL free agency? It's more like Gotham FC free agency. They gobbling up the squad, bro.
I think the players only have one person's number, and that's Yael Aberbush.
Yael was on the phone to everybody like, yo, at the strike of midnight.
Okay. All right. You want me to yell, here we go? Because I can.
You come get this bag, you feel me?
Because all the reports, Meg Linehan of The Athletic reporting that Emily Sonnet and Rose Lavelle are
Tierna Davidson.
Tierna Davidson are they? So these two in particular are in advanced discussions with the 2023 NWSL champions Gotham FC, and we know,
bro. Are you kidding me? Rose Lavelle with Mitch Purse, Lynn Williams, Esther.
They're just basically a couple blocks away from us.
Bam. Do you understand, bro? These are the Galacticos, bro.
That's bars right there,
bro.
But so
print the T-shirt,
bro. The Showtime Gotham out here, bro.
Because this would be such a tremendous move, and now this is the first year of NWSL free agency, so the players do have options of where they want to play and where they want to go.
These players are going to show up. Like, remember the Chappelle Show sketch where they finally gave out reparations? There was that woman, she was waving money, and she's like, "Be careful, y'all.
Yeah.
There's broke people around.
There's poor people around." So Tierna Davidson's another one. We also know about Christy Mewis.
Yeah, remember? I don't know if you've seen it yet. The Under Pressure, the documentary.
I haven't seen it yet. No.
So there's a scene where they follow Christy Mewis. She's home with Sam Kerr, and she says,
fiance?
Fiance, and she says, like, I don't know, I think I'm done with this long distance thing. And my first thought was, yo, Sam Kerr coming back to the NWSL.
Let's go, Sam Kerr's come back to America,
bro. Of course. Why wouldn't she? And then turns out. Christy Mewis was like, yo, what's food without seasoning taste like?
Christy said, I'm trying to get my work permit out in the UK.
I'm trying to go West Ham, bro.
So going to West Ham, a team not doing very well.
Better than East Turkey, you feel me?
A team not doing very well, but you know what? What's the most important part? Where's West Ham? Where's West Ham? Where do they play?
London.
Where's Chelsea?
London.
There we go. Okay.
Hey, the link up is back.
Okay, with no long distance, we just hop on the tube.
Yeah, dog. She's like, I don't care. I'll play for Wrexham, dog. No, it's not London. She's like, all right, fine. I'll play for Richmond. They're like, that's a TV show.
Okay, so I love it because you know what? Love wins.
Yeah.
West Ham don't, but love wins.
Nah.
Okay, so you love to see it, but hopefully she'll obviously bring a lot to the team. I saw one tweet that said, "Oh, Christy Mewis is coming to West Ham, so it's just gonna be great for her because she'll learn how to play out here in England." And people are like, "Excuse me, like, yo, she's a champion."
You talking about who? Shorty just won NWSL championship.
Won the championship, won the Challenge Cup with the Houston Dash. Christy Mewis is a baller.
Yeah.
This doesn't apply to the women's game.
No. If you would have said James Mewis, you might have had a shot.
Okay.
But Christy?
No.
Christopher Mewis for sure could learn a thing or
She's
two out
gonna
of England.
show them a little bit, okay, of how
She might have to be player coach, y'all.
because
And team cook.
all right, U.S. American players have won 4 World Cups. They have quite a bit of experience. NWSL, we saw the comments from why am I forgetting her name now? From
Emma Hayes?
No. From the striker who scored the goal in the Spanish player that plays for Gotham.
Esther
Gonzalez, right? Her comments when she was talking about NWSL, they asked her, and she said that the NWSL is like playing in Champions League every single game. The players just are that good.
Damn.
So
you heard about that?
That's
person who tweeted.
that is the difference. I forgot where I saw it. I think I saw it on Twitter or TikTok or something. But it's a look, we know why she's going to West Ham. It's all good. But Christy Mewis is a special type of player, unique player, a great midfielder, great passer, and another
Super creative.
Also, kind of like we had Darlington Nagbe here a while ago. Just a possession, holds on to the ball, calms the game down. Okay, and so Christy Mewis is going to bring a lot to that West Ham midfield
And the fit picks.
fit picks. Okay, I know I'm tuning into West Ham against Chelsea. That's gonna be an interesting game,
right?
Yeah, I want to see the sportsmanship that we all know and
just
love.
Like put in a really hard tackle. Like,
yeah.
I may love you at home, not here.
Yeah, dude, I want to see those games again. So that'll be dope. So
you got to see Under Pressure, by the way. It's really cool. Like when Christy Mewis finds out she made the World Cup, she calls Sam Kerr, and Sam's asleep. And she's like crying, and she's like, babe, I did it. She goes, oh, great. She goes, now we just need you to make it. She's like, oh, no, I made it. She's like, I just didn't want to tell you until you found out. She's like, what?
Hilarious.
How dare you? It's like, Christy Mewis like stops crying. He's like, what? It's such a cute moment.
Hilarious. Just get into a fight.
Yeah. She's like, we're broken up.
The Red Stars also have a new coach, Lauren Donaldson. He was a former Jamaica manager in Jamaica. They did amazingly at the Women's World Cup. So a dope move. I think we're still waiting for the Washington Spirit. They do not have a coach just yet, if I'm not mistaken.
Kang owns them, so you know they're going to bring in somebody big.
So they're sorting that out. So another thing.
NWSL knew there was competition coming from Europe, and they've really stepped it up.
I agree. Yeah, and a couple things. Maria Sanchez of the Houston Dash, now the highest paid player.
Got that money up.
In NWSL, she got a 3-year, $1.5 million contract, which surpasses 1.2 million from Trinity Rodman,
right?
1.1 or 1.2, something like that. So dope. Maria Sanchez, a friend of the show. She's been on the show before.
I don't know if you heard this. Maria Sanchez says she's buying the U.S. Open Cup.
There we go.
She'll take care of y'all broke boys,
helping y'all out.
You know what I mean? She likes to give back to the little people.
So it's dope to see, and obviously staying in Houston.
You know what's crazy? We know Maria Sanchez's agent.
We do.
Yeah. So they're buying dinner the next time. Because we know how much y'all just made.
Also, the NWSL expansion draft was happened. We'll end on this. And this was a lot of people are not happy with it. Alex Morgan, I don't know if you saw her comments. She basically was just like, it's like gut-wrenching watching the expansion draft because it's like, you're going to lose one of your friends. And that happened. There was a San Diego player. I apologize because I don't remember her name, but a Wave player that as a free agent, signed with the Wave, and then was taken in the expansion draft. And she was just like, yo, I wanted to play here. This is why I came here.
Yeah.
And now I have to leave. And it was just like, it's a really horrible
Well, I guess
situation.
they could trade. Remember that happened in MLS when I think Montreal took Brian Ching off of Houston Dynamo, and Brian Ching was like, "I'm not playing in Montreal."
Yeah,
and they were
yeah.
like,
You can hold out. Yeah.
"What do we do?" You know?
Yeah.
So they ended up having like trading him back for like whatever allocation money, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah. So
A couple international
so
slots or something.
It was dramatic to say the least, but people, for the most part, are done with the expansion draft.
it was dumb. You notice no one took any Chicago Stars players. No, we good. I think we're good. Chicago Red Stars, actually.
All right, so let's wrap there. Everybody, thank you so much for
Real
hanging
quick
out.
before we get out, we do have another special coming out tomorrow.
Ooh,
Right.
bim, bim,
How did I forget? I should have
bim.
mentioned this up top earlier. Another Cooligans in DraftKings, not DraftKings, Cooligans Underdogs on DraftKings Network. But a collab. We're talking about some Boxing Day, and we give our thoughts and some predictions, especially some of the bets you can make.
Underdogs walk in here with stats. They're ready to go. Talking XG and the whole nine.
Yeah,
bro.
we offer the vibe.
Yeah,
okay?
man.
All
We're
right.
like, yo, bro, our brains hurt, bro. Why you saying so many numbers, dog?
But no, it's there's a Boxing Day is obviously a lot of great matches, fixtures. So we talk about some of the some parlays.
So you
some
get
of
a
the
little
best bets.
Cooligans.
Have a little fun.
Little
with
Cooligans
it.
in this little break we're taking.
We actually have a parlay in the DraftKings app.
That's
if you want to
right.
go check it out. It'll be there on Friday, I believe. They're going to try to put it out.
Yes.
A little
So-
3-leg parlay between underdogs and
Dude, I like
Cooligans.
this parlay.
Yes.
I like it.
So go to the DraftKings app.
Yo, throw $5 on the parlay.
All right.
You know what I mean? We don't get any of it. It's all for you.
I mean, if you want to throw $5 at us, that's cool
Bro,
too.
hey,
I mean,
if
we're
Maria Sanchez, throw $3 million on it. Just see what happens.
feel free to do that.
And that will also be in our podcast feed on Friday as well, and on YouTube on the Lebitard Show YouTube page. So make sure to find it
amazing.
there
So
as well.
check that
so
out.
Make sure you check that out. All right, everybody. Have a good holiday. Enjoy the break.
Be back January 4th.
Yeah, we will be back January 4th, so we get to reconnect with our families.
That's
all
right.
All right.
Apologize for that threesome we suggested.
I shouldn't have been so persistent.
You know what it is? It's the fact that I planned it before I brought it out. That was the issue.
Which is also quite crazy, man. So enjoy the break, enjoy the holiday. Please be kind to each other, and we will see you in January, everyone.
We love you guys.
Take care. Peace.
Happy holidays.